Hello, everyone. Dwayne here with Bronco Wild Outdoors. I hope everyone's having a great day. Hey, Gavin,
Hello.
how are you today?
Good. Go
Yeah,
ahead
so,
and go to the live chat right here. See in the comments.
so today, as you can tell by the title, I'm pretty excited. Today, day 2 of Bronco Off Rodeo here in Horseshoe Bay, Texas, was truly epic. I have to tell you something. Today was an adventure. So today, I was able to learn more techniques and more about the technology in the Ford Bronco. You know, I tell everyone that there's 7 available goat modes and there's the hero switches, right? And so which goat mode you're in, you can also customize certain selections with the hero switches. So Ford's made it easy that if you don't really know, you can go to a particular goat mode, Baja, Mud Rut, Rock Crawl, Slippery, or normal, or even Eco. And the Broncos formatted so it works. It's what works best for that typical average terrain in that mode, and then you're able to adjust the hero switches. So Bronco Off Rodeo really teaches the future Bronco owner how to use the technology that Ford has put into this thing. It's not putting it in drive and locking in the hubs anymore. Those days are gone. I mean, this is like bad to the bone. So how was your day?
Good.
Yeah. Did you play golf? Take a break from Bronco real quick. Did you play any golf today?
Yeah, hit some tees to the 250-yard line.
Did you?
With my driver.
Good Lord, son.
And then we played tennis, and we went swimming. And they had a ginormous, really big slide. And you went so
Cool.
fast down it.
Well, I miss you, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. We leave early tomorrow, and there again, everyone joining us right now. Sorry about the bad lighting, but I want to talk about this experience today. So yesterday, I drove a 2021 Ford Bronco for the first time, and I was able to, get in it, start it, put it in gear, and go. The learning curve was rather small because Ford's made the Bronco that user friendly. Today, I did some stuff rock crawling up and down hills that I really didn't. I've never imagined myself doing it. Right. I'm a lot more confident in it. But here's the best thing. What I've learned over the last 2 days, I'm now confident when I get in my new Bronco, whenever we get ours, that we're going to be able to go out into the wild and use it effectively because we've been taught all these modes and how to customize each mode, and not just the mode in the Bronco, but the approach. How do you sort of I don't know if it's the right term, but how do you attack a certain, ledge, or when you're going through a wash, or, for example, Gavin, we went up a muddy hill today. So the first few Broncos in the group that went up this pretty steep hill, the ground wasn't that muddy, and it's rock and mud.
Yeah, mostly like dirt, rock, and mud.
Yeah, so after about maybe 5 or 6 Broncos, because we were in the very back, after about 5 or 6 Broncos, they started bringing the water up there and they started making it slick. So what happened was the first handful of Broncos that went up went in a certain fashion. They took a certain approach. And the later group, or further back, we had to change our attack angle, so to speak. So, we moved further to the right, and then, there was some stuff there, a little moss or something, because we were far to the right on this one rock. But I just simply locked in the front lockers, and we climbed the hill pretty well. I think on that one, we only had the front lockers. Now, we went up a hill today so steep and so slick that I had the front and rear lockers in. So it was an adventure, and we were in 4 low. Until later in the day, Gavin, and I can't wait for you to see this video. So we have a video that we finished editing that is sort of taken a little bit of yesterday and today and putting it in a 15-minute video. We just need the Wi-Fi here at the hotel to corroborate. But that part of that, we were on a track. I won't say it's a track. It's like a flat area, pretty smooth. So you're able to get a little bit of speed. And so we were able to drive the Bronco in Baja mode in 4 high. And so, the gearing changes, and it really was exciting. But Gavin, I want Alexa to chime in on this one if she's awake. You awake?
Yeah.
Everyone's tired. Come here, Alexa. I want to talk to you about the ride along with the instructors.
Oh, and Cooper, I think you're watching, so
All right,
up to you.
good deal. So, Alexa, what did you think? Well, first of all, about today in general, what did you think?
I thought it was really fun.
Thought it was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
What about the ride along with the instructor at the very end of the day? Insane.
They were a lot better drivers than us.
Yeah, we were able to see some of the stuff that the Bronco can do, stuff that you would see in a Baja race. And I'm not kidding you. This was absolutely, wait till you see the video at the very end of this 15-minute video that I'm going to be uploading, hopefully tonight, or as soon as I get to some Wi-Fi that can handle it. Right now we're on hotspot, and that's good enough for live stream, but it's hard to upload a video, especially to any kind of quality with a live stream or with a hotspot. But Gavin, I have to tell you, it was the wildest ride I have ever been on, and that'll be at the very end of, and I should have put that teaser in the front of this video. It's going to be at the very end of that video that you'll see that ride along. And look, sorry about the camera. I can tell you right now, if this was the camera, this was it. I mean, it truly insane. So the Ford Bronco is an amazing machine. Alexa came here, I think, helping me out and filming and kind of interested, and now she leaves wanting to go off-roading. And so that tells you something that, Bronco Off Rodeo created a future Bronco owner or a fan of off-roading. And so we're excited, Gavin. I can't wait for you to see all the stuff. Your GoPro had an adventure today. We had you heard, right? So
Yeah,
are you okay? You still like me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was crazy. We'll fill that in another video. But your GoPro shot some really, really good footage today, hanging off the front windshield of Badlands. What's that? Are you okay, buddy?
Scratched everywhere when you get home.
It's not bad. All right, now check this out. You really can't see it here, but see this Bronco Off Rodeo wristband that we've got here. I showed this last night. They gave us some real nice swag when we were there. You got a lot of stickers if you participated, got some right answers. You would get additional stickers. So we've got a lot more stickers for our Bronco. But I want everybody to check this video out. It'll be uploaded later tonight or tomorrow. At worst case, it'll be tomorrow night when we get back home. But if we can get the Wi-Fi here at the hotel working, it's going to be tonight. And this video, it's a 15-minute video, and I know that's a long video for YouTube because most people watch 2 or 3 minutes. I think maybe on this video, if you're interested in Bronco Off Rodeo, and if you want to know if it's for you, I would have to say I don't care if you've been four-wheeling since you were 6 years old. I say it's worth every bit of it because I can guarantee you people that think that that they've probably seen it all, they haven't seen anything until you get to that last ride with the instructors. I mean, I just don't know. You'll see the video, Gavin. It's amazing. So we've had an incredible time. I mentioned yesterday that the food is great. The atmosphere is great. The building, the grounds, the machines themselves. And hey, look, it's a cool place down here. Horseshoe Bay. We're actually in Marble Falls, Texas, which is next town over from Horseshoe Bay. It's a cool place. So Alexa and I rode around for like 2 hours deciding what we wanted to eat for dinner. And then we ended up going to 2 different places. But if anybody has any questions about Bronco Off Rodeo, I'd love to try to answer them, at least from a participant's point of view. And if you want to know if it's for you, I would say if you like adventure, if you want to truly know how to use your Bronco, because remember, a lot of the functions in here, it's not in the other brand. So if you've had the other brand for years, you probably haven't had all of these features. The intelligence that is put into the Bronco to help you maneuver the terrain. See, as a newbie, I have an advantage. So I don't have the years of doing it one way, right? I get to learn what I'm going to say the right way. And it may be the right way for another brand to do something else. I'm just saying that I'm not trying to bring, I remember locking in hubs on a 77 F-150. Well, I'm not doing that now, right? So it's a little bit different situation. So what questions do you have for me, Gavin?
I don't really know. I asked most of them that I was really gonna ask.
So,
like, what overall did you do all day? Like, did you just go? Like, did you I don't remember if you told me last night, but did you have the bonfire last night? Or
actually, because of the heat, we didn't do that. And today it rained. So, well, and our group was over with today. We left around 2. But I guess when it's cooler, they do that. But we had a good time inside in the AC. Trust me, after being out in the heat all day, that's where you wanted to be. They had somebody playing music last night. That's why I was telling you we couldn't live stream from there last night because of the copyright stuff. But it was amazing. So you started asking what did we do on day 2 of Bronco Off Rodeo. Today was a lot of rock crawling. So we had the rocks were bigger, the hills were bigger. We went up, and in the video, I'll give a teaser. Yeah, a little bit more than that actually. I like that angle right there. So if you follow us over on Instagram, Bronco Wild Outdoors, I posted a short video. It's like 30 seconds long. And I'm in the antimatter blue 4-door Badlands with Sasquatch. And you'll see that one rock, I say rock, the one mountain that we were climbing, the hill. You'll see that approach, and the left rear was off the ground for a little bit of that approach. So the one thing I'll tell you is there was a 2-door cyber orange 2-door in front of us. Real nice people in that Bronco, or nice people in every Bronco, but really good driver. Gavin, he would bring in certain turns and over certain rocks, he'd have the left front or the left rear off the ground just about in every turn. Like, the frames on these Broncos have very little flex in them. And you can tell that from following one all day long and seeing some of the rocks that you maneuver over. The 2-doors will bring the wheels off a little bit, I guess, more frequent than a 4-door. But I'll tell you something I noticed today is I honestly think, what you got?
Like a 2-door is shorter, so it's
shorter. Yeah, shorter.
It's gonna have more like I think you know what I mean. Like, it's shorter, so when you turn up, like what we had to turn up in Tennessee, where we got the good trail turn assist.
Trail turn assist. Hey, I had to use that twice today.
Oh.
Yeah, and I didn't use it because I wanted to. I used it because I kind of had to. You don't want to scrape up the side of the Bronco if you can help it. But I mean, let's face it. You're out in the wild. But I think personally, and I could be totally wrong with this. This is my perception. My perception of the whole thing is the 4-doors do a lot better job on the steep rock climbs than the 2-doors. But the 2-doors are more nimble and they can get in tighter spots. And I could be totally wrong with that. I'm just basing it on when I would go into a wash and we had a turn and several big rocks, and depending on how we were moving, watching the two-door in front of me maneuver, and then how we maneuvered the same way. I just think personally the four-door to me is a good fit. Now, would I want a two-door? Absolutely, because a two-door, you can put that thing almost anywhere. And with trail turn assist, the turning radius, Gavin, on that one is pretty tight. So, but yeah, most of today was spent crawling rocks. And I got the dumb question award today. I asked, we were in mud and rut mode, and when we were down in some of the washes that was holding water, you'll see this on the video. I was in mud and rut there, but it's questionable. Do you want to be in rock because the bottom of that's nothing but rocks, or do you want to be mud and rut? So I did mud and rut for part of it, but then when I did want to make sure. But we're if you see a rock, turn it to rock crawl, right? And that's kind of the math there. So
yeah.
But using the lockers and which locker, you don't want to stress the technology out. So you don't want to ride around all day with your lockers on. But when you approach a certain hill, when do you decide front or rear lockers? Part of it is a judgment call, and it's individual to that terrain. And Gavin, this is something you're going to have to help me with in the future, is we're going to get a feel for it. So there's certain parameters that you're following, but then it's a gut feeling at that point. Are you using the front to help pull you up, the back to help push you up, or turn the back of the vehicle around? Like I've never had a rear locker in a vehicle to where I used it to help turn off of rocks, because this is my first time doing this. So I did find out that rear lockers will help you turn in some cases. If you don't have the rear locker on, it'll cause you to slide down a rock. Like, for example, today, Gavin, we were going up a rock. We were turning to the left, so gravity was trying to take me down to the right, and the back was spinning, sliding slightly, and we were losing a little bit of grip. And I don't know how, but I must have disengaged the rear locker. And as soon as I hit the rear locker, I already had the front locker on. When I engaged the rear locker, we went right up. Hardly any spin at all. No strain on the engine, by the way. Super impressive there.
Yeah. Good. So, that's good.
So what else do you have? Because I know you're just itching to know. If you want to ask me, have I changed my mind on the color? Because we don't have our build date. We don't have our build date yet, which means
have you?
No. I'm coming back with Area 51 Silver color.
I really like the Rapid Red. Maybe on the second one, which is going to be a while.
Yeah.
We can maybe get a Rapid Red.
So the color saga continues. That seeing it out, the colors brought on. I said this in a video today, and I don't know if I edited this part out or not. Seeing the colors in a parking lot is great, but when and then the landscape is going to change. But Cyber Orange had a different look today with the kind of reddish rock and some of the green, that's here. So in other words, the environment that you're in gives you a little bit different feel. The Rapid Red is a really rich color. I like that. Outside, I like it. I like it. But I think inside, underneath the lights cleaned up, I liked it even better. Cyber Orange, not bad. Area 51, suddenly I'm in love with it again.
That's cool.
And
that's good.
And white works, black works, and all that. You can give me a thumbs up. I can see your thumbs up there. So, Gavin, what is what's the big burning question of today? Today would be, watch this video. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, hit the bell icon so you'll get notified when we upload videos. This video you're going to want to see. It was shot yesterday and today, edited together. Now we're going to do a lot more of them, but this is a really quick edit where we're just kind of covering both days and also covering the different types of terrain. And we didn't do it in any particular order. And so you'll get to see with Bronco Off Rodeo kind of that terrain that you're maneuvering, right? And so when you come down here or wherever you go, but if you come to Horseshoe Bay, Texas, you'll know kind of what to expect. But I can tell you from where we started yesterday to where we ended today, I'm a new type of driver with a level of confidence that obviously you don't know it all, but I have a level of confidence now where when I crank up my Bronco and we go off-roading, that I'm going to be very close to making the right selection as far as what mode and how to customize that mode, which is something we don't really talk about.
Hmm. Like, what mode did you use?
The
Like,
mode
overall today?
today we use rock crawl, and
So
which
what mode did you use, like, in all yesterday and all today?
okay, well, it was kind of half and half, honestly. Yesterday was more mud and rut. Today was more rock. I mean, even though we used rock crawl yesterday, the front stabilizer disconnect, that's disconnected the entire time that you're in rock crawl. But there again, you can change this, right? So you can go to a mode and it'll automatically select certain features, and then you can override those to a point. So for example, when we were headed down a hill, we had the trail management system on. So I call it trail descent control. So I was in manual 1 and I set my speed downhill to 1. There's 2 things I want to mention.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one thing that I've really had a big takeaway. First of all, the spotter is the driver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you have, when you're sitting in the driver's seat and you can't see what that spotter sees, and they're telling you driver, passenger, more driver, and you have a tendency to want to straighten the wheel or not go as hard driver or as hard passenger as they want. Today, I started today a little nervous with that, and I ended between yesterday and today trusting someone else's judgment of where I needed to turn the steering wheel. Because, at some of these angles, you can't really see the obstruction. So you have to trust your spotter.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big takeaway. The other thing was the one touch, the one pedal. Going down a hill, setting your speed to 1 and putting it in manual 1, I had to trust the Bronco, right? Because now I'm not on the brake. And this Bronco is smarter than I am when it comes to going down that hill, because how it's applying the brake and how fast it's allowing it to go. Obviously, it's figuring out better than me hitting the brakes or going up, hitting the gas. Gavin, the shirts we had made, right? Momentum.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So momentum is something that I've also learned here, but not like momentum in personal development type stuff, but in physical movement of a vehicle up a hill and over terrain. When you're going up a hill, you want to try to keep you're going up a cliff, a rock, or whatever. You want to try to keep steady throttle as possible, because you start hitting the gas, letting up, hitting up, you lose momentum, you break the traction loose, you get things a little upset. And coming down a hill, same thing. You want to be on the brake. If you're not letting the Bronco do it, you want to be on the brake even as possible. And today we learned that I think a little bit more, is that you can control your descent down a rock, down a hill, or anywhere really. You can control it a lot better if you're just easy on the brake, or going up if you're easy on the accelerator.
Mm-hmm.
So trust in the Bronco, trust in your spotter. It's a big thing. And if you do this already, you already know that. I guess I'm speaking to the people that have never gone off-roading to the point where they use spotters to help them maneuver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're going to be my spotter, right?
Yep.
Oh, by the way, Gavin, 3 years, right? In 3 years, we're still doing this down here. You can be here.
Well, like 2 months.
If we can pay, I guess we can do it, pay full price to come back. That's your birthday present. How's that? You will enjoy this. So I think here's my take on Bronco Off Rodeo. It's not just because you get to drive a Bronco if you don't have yours yet. It's you actually get to know how to use your Bronco. The worst thing in the world is that you You get a fully loaded, I mean, any trim level, but say in our case, we did the Badlands Sasquatch. We have all the bells and whistles, and we use 4-high once in a while, right? Or we go out in the Shenandoah Valley somewhere, and I'm in 4-high, and I don't have my lockers in or engaged in when I need them, or I have them engaged when I don't. So now I'm wearing the equipment out. I think that's the worst case scenario, that you have the tools in this thing you have the technology, but you don't know how to use it. Remember, of course you weren't around, but people watching this in the 80s and 90s, just about everyone had a VCR and the clock was flashing on it. I mean, come on, it's just a clock. Imagine what you would do with 7 goat modes and the hero switches and all of the customization that you can do to your modes. You know, Bronco Off Rodeo really educates you on that. Now, maybe you've come from the other brand. You've had another brand for years where you have one button that does 2 functions, or nowhere near the technology as the Bronco. You need this as well. You can find out from your buddy. You can find out from the internet, but there's nothing like being told in your ear on the radio what to do, figuring out the approach that you're on, real life situations. You know, you can feel the steering wheel, you can feel it in the seat, you can feel it in the throttle, and then you're being told what to do and why. And so part of this takeaway for me was the why, that, you know, why are you approaching a rock a certain way, or why you're approaching a muddy hill a certain way. And hey, you know, and then at the end of this, when you get to ride with the trail guides or instructors, you really get to see what the Bronco will do when you cut it loose.
Cool.
I can't wait. I can't wait. We just need our build date, and then we're in there.
Yeah.
So Gavin, we're going to wrap this up tonight. Today was day 2. We're finishing up, but please watch out for that video. I haven't got the title figured out yet, but it's going to be awesome to see all of these individual maneuvers, trail ride, you know, different parts of the ranch that we were on. So you get to see the water, you get to see the rock, the muddy hill, the climb up, and the descent down. Man, and let me tell you one thing, Gavin, that's a feeling that I didn't get used to. When you're going down a hill pretty steep and you're pretty slow, and you hit the brake and you approach a rock at a certain angle.
Oh gosh.
And you feel the left rear come off the ground, and you've got sort of that.
And then you're going.
Well, it's bouncing a little bit, you know, like a slow rock.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, that takes some trust in your ability there again, in your spotter, because, you know, your spotter's telling you what to do, and also trust in the vehicle. So if I'm going to trust myself to some of this stuff, it's going to be to a 2021 Ford Bronco. So, all right, Gavin.
All right.
That's a wrap from Marble Falls, Texas, right outside of Horseshoe Bay, which is home of Bronco Off Rodeo. If you haven't, sign up, do it. I promise you, you will not be unhappy.
And make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications, so you'll get notified when we do our next stream or video.
That's right. And watch out for the video that we're going to be uploading either tonight or tomorrow night. Tonight, if the Wi-Fi is back up. And like I said, we're doing this by hotspot. But if the Wi-Fi comes back up, we'll do it tonight. If not, worst case scenario, when we land in Chesapeake, Virginia, you can bet it'll be uploaded then. All right, buddy.
Did you see my message?
Nope.
It's in the private chat.
Let's see here. Okay. No problem, buddy. Hey, I'm going to call you in a little bit. Hey, thanks for everybody for watching. If you've subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. If you haven't, one of these days, I'm sure you will. When you see the video that we post, you can just imagine what Gavin and I are going to be doing in our Badlands and what we're going to be filming. Like I said, this is today was the beginning of how this channel really starts to morph into the future. and it really begins when we get our Bronco. I can tell you right now, some of the stuff we have planned, some of the people that we have planned to interview and do a review on our Bronco, you probably already know them. Well, you don't know them personally, but you know of them, and can't wait. So, all right, Gavin.
All right. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. See ya.
See ya.